Welcome to another episode of Alan's Collections Review, and today we have a more phenomenal review, and we have here two rangers in one, both Aisha and Trini, the graceful Power Ranger. I'm talking about the Yellow Ranger. And you know what time it is? It's Morphin time! Saber-toothed tiger! Super7 Ultimates Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger. Let's begin! So moving on to the review itself, I'm very excited to present to you the Yellow Ranger. And let's begin by talking about the sleeve box. As you can see, it's a green box with thunder motif. And of course in the middle we have the saber-toothed tiger in a golden foil with black background, looking really cool. And of course below we have the name of the figure, the Yellow Ranger. And turning the box around, on the back of the box we see the powerful logo of the mightymorphinpowerrangers. It brings back memories. This logo feels like there's an electric guitar about to start playing. Really excited, guys. And now that we have removed the sleeve, we're left with the amazing box. And we can see the lightning bolt on the sides. And of course, below we can see the name of the character, the Yellow Ranger. And above that, we can see the 1990s Mighty Morphin Power Rangers logo. And now we can appreciate more the graceful Ranger, the Yellow Ranger, and all the accessories that she brings, including those amazing saber-toothed daggers, the morpher, the interchangeable hands and heads, really cool. And on the back, we can see a purple background, really cool. And now let's turn the box around. And here on the back of the box we have a battle stance Yellow Ranger picture with a gold foil surrounding the character and with some amazing lightning coming out of the character. And below we have information of the Yellow Ranger and a nice yellow saber-toothed tiger logo there. And of course it's surrounded by gold foiled as well. All the information and the logo. Can't wait to get this character out of the box. Okay guys, and here we have the Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger in the blister box. You can see the figure more clearly. And of course what stands out are the two beautiful head sculpts of Trini Kwan and Aisha Campbell. And of course we have both vintage and modern versions of the power daggers there. Really cool. Can't wait to get the Yellow Ranger out of the box, guys. Alright guys, here we have the Mighty Morphin Yellow Ranger. This one is based on the original Rangers from the first season. But of course the Power Rangers were based on the Japanese show Super Sentai Rangers. But for me, these Rangers will always be the original Power Rangers. And in the case of the Yellow Ranger, the original was portrayed by a dude in the Japanese show. And that's why this suit doesn't have a skirt as the Pink Ranger does. So let's check out the head sculpt, guys. I like it that this head sculpt has the shape of the saber-toothed tiger. And as you can see, the visor has the saber teeth there. And also I like the metallic silver painting. You can see that same metallic silver painting on the mouth. Really cool. And you can also see the nose of the saber-toothed tiger in metallic silver as well. I very much like the painting application in this figure. I like the bright yellow. And as you can see, Super7 has done a good job painting and sculpting these figures based on the original show. That's why they don't look very muscly. They look actually thin as this Yellow Ranger character here. I'm really liking those diamond shaped patterns that she has on on the upper torso as well as the boots. Really, really cool. I also like the morpher. As you can clearly see the letters of the Power Rangers painted there. It seems that they wanted to sculpt the power coin for the saber-tooth tiger, but it didn't quite come out as they probably intended. And of course the belt has these painted black lines. Really, really cool. And also you can see those painted black lines on the blaster sheath. So the figure is looking absolutely amazing, except those pieces coming out on the boot. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it's kind of distracting and I'm not digging it. But other than that, the figure looks amazing. And it's a good rendition to the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 1990s show. So let's check out the head articulation. As you can see, she can move a little bit forward and slightly backwards. As you can see, the Yellow Ranger moves to the left and to the right, and of course she rotates completely, and that's the head articulation for the Yellow Ranger. Now let's check out the torso articulation. As you can see, torso moves forward and also the torso moves backwards, and of course the figure has a waist swivel, but I don't want to go all the way. And that's it for torso articulation, guys. Now let's check the arm articulation. As you can see, the arm goes forward and also goes backwards, and also the arm goes out quite neatly, and the arm has indeed a full rotation. As for the bicep, we can clearly see she has a bicep swivel, and now as you can see, the figure has a single jointed elbow. The elbow goes up nicely. Moving on to the hand, there's rotation on the wrist, and also there's a swivel. It goes up and it goes down. And that's it for arm articulation. Now let's check out the leg articulation. As you can see, the leg kicks forward, not completely though, and the leg moves slightly backwards. I'll move the arm up a bit so I can show you how the leg goes out. If you want to display her kicking the putty patrols, I suggest using the lateral kick. Regarding the knee, she has a single jointed knee, and also she doesn't have thigh cut. And then we're moving to the foot articulation. There's a nice rocker there, very nice rocker, and you can move the foot down. You can move the foot up. Now, without further ado, let's check out the accessories, guys. Okay guys, let's check out the accessories for the Yellow Ranger Super7 Ultimates. And as you can see, this figure brings an insane amount of accessories. A whopping 24 accessories, guys. Absolutely fantastic. So let's break them down in parts so we can see in detail every accessory, guys. Okay guys, let's start by checking out the interchangeable heads and the interchangeable hands for this Yellow Ranger figure. Starting with the first Yellow Ranger for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers era, Trini Kwon. She was a student in Angel Grove when Zordon summoned her to face outer space threats. Of course, she was chosen for her compassion, quick wits and martial arts talents, guy. And as you can see, it's nicely painted. What I like about this head sculpt is the long hair, nicely sculpted. Very, very nice sculpt and a very nice resemblance to Trini Kwon, the first yellow Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. So here we have the Yellow Ranger in her power down mode. You can see, of course, the face of Trini, the first Yellow Ranger, Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. And as I said before, this is a very nice head sculpt, nicely painted, nicely sculpted. The hair looks really neat. Very fantastic pose. Having Trini Kwon holding her helmet just before going to battle. or being briefed by Alpha 5 or Sordon himself. Really cool, cannot wait to have all of the Rangers posing like this. It will be a fantastic scene, guys. Next, let's move to the second head sculpt, which belongs to Aisha Campbell, which was the second Yellow Ranger of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So she was targeted by Lord Zed because of her martial arts skills. And of course she met Tommyoliver, Billy Cranston and Kimberly Hart when they were visiting Team Ninja competition. And of course she came along with Rocky and Adam. The eyes and the skin is very, very nicely painted. Really cool, guys. Also a nice sculpt, really cool hair. You can see the features on the hair are really cool. And now here we have Aisha Campbell, obviously power down, Yellow Ranger. She's really looking cool. As I said, that smile is really nice. I'm going to have a very complicated decision which head sculpt I'm going to put the Yellow Ranger with. I probably will have to end up buying another Yellow Ranger, guys, so I can pose them both. Moving on to the interchangeable hands, we have a couple of interchangeable fists. We have a couple of open hands, or relaxed hands, if you will. We also have martial arts pose hands. And we have gripping hands for holding the blasters or the daggers, guys. And we have also the karate left hand here and also a martial arts pose hand, if you will. So these are the interchangeable hands, a total of 10 interchangeable hands for you to pose your figure as you like in the different ways that you can display the Yellow Ranger, guys. Now let's move to the second part of the accessories. Let's check out the weapons and other stuff. Okay, guys, here we have the second part of the Yellow Ranger accessories. First of all, we have here the Deandra flowers, very nicely sculpted yellow flowers. The stem, the yellow flowers are all beautifully sculpted and painted, guys. And these Deandra flowers are from the episode The Trouble with Shellshock. And Shellshock was a monster created by Babu. Shellshock managed to overpower the Rangers using a movement ray. Sordon knew better. He sent Trini into the Mountain of Hope to seek for these Deandra flowers, the only cure for the movement ray. So it was a very nice episode, guys. And I'm very glad that Super7 has honored that episode and included this accessory. Moving on to this second accessory, which is the Mr. Tickle Sneezer, and is a very curious little fellow. Is a timid and kind elf themed creature. Of course, Mr. Tickle Sneezer was originally a doll owned by Trini Kwon's mother. He, of course, was a monstrous anti-hero of the episode For Whom the Bell Tolls. So it's a very nice nod that Super7 has made to that episode For Whom the Bell Tolls, where this little guy appears. So it's very cool, and they have sculpted really nicely with his bag, his jacket, his pink shirt, his shorts, and of course his elf-like head sculpt. Really nice, guys. So next we have the Open Morpher, guys. Of course, this Open Power Morpher, you can use this if you want to display the Yellow Ranger in her morphing time pose. It's morphing time. Next we have the Power Crystals that contain the essence of the Yellow Ranger powers. These small ticks were also inserted in the control room of every dinosaur. So it helped the Ranger to control the dinosaur, in this case the saber-toothed tiger. Next we have the Blade Blasters. We have, of course, the normal classic and neutral Blade Blaster. And we have the other Blade Blasters in the form of a blade, as you can see here. And the Blade Blaster in the form of a gun. So we have three different options. And of course, next to the classic neutral Blade Blaster, we have the homage vintage white Blade Blaster, classic toy inspired. Here's the Yellow Ranger using the Blade Blaster in gun mode. The level of detail in the gun is really nice. It does say Power Rangers, and of course it's nicely sculpted with nice red, white and blue colors. Very nice. You can pose your Yellow Ranger fighting. And next we have, of course, the power daggers. I really appreciate that Super7 has included the classic toy-inspired power daggers, because I remember playing with them back in the day. And of course we have the normal power daggers inspired by the TV show itself, and nicely sculpted and painted in yellow on the holster, and of course the dagger itself painted in silver gray. So, those are the accessories, guys, for the Yellow Ranger. So, this is the Yellow Ranger, based on the 1994 Haim-Saban series Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, which was the starting point for Ranger history, at least in the American continent. This Yellow Ranger has been an inspiration. I have been very fond of Yellow Rangers throughout Ranger history. I have enjoyed and admired Yellow Rangers such as Kira from the Dino Thunder Power Rangers, Z from SPD, Zoe Reeves from the Beast Morphers. But what inspired me to get this figure was the movie, this year's Power Rangers Once and Always movie. Because in the movie, Min Kwan, the daughter of Trini, will follow in the footsteps of her mother, the first Yellow Ranger. I probably will get another Yellow Ranger Super7 so I can pose Trini and Aisha. Obviously, the Yellow Ranger is a very important member of the original team, and her memory lives on throughout all those episodes, all those adventures that Trini Kwan lived as a Yellow Ranger. So, Sordon was not mistaken when he chose this teenager with attitude to become the first Yellow Ranger ever. So I'm very pleased to have reviewed this figure, very detailed figure, a lot of accessories as we saw, and looking forward for more Yellow Rangers. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching this review. Do not forget to like, give a comment, what do you think about this figure, like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you next on Alan's Collection.